Hello, I'm WD, the creator of the Selling Me mod, and this will be a quick, hopefully quick explanation video tutorial on how to make a Datapack and just how to work with the mod in general. So I have here a new instance in 1.21.1 NeoForge. This will work also for Forge and 26.1. We're just going to make a quick new world. I have the selling bin mod installed, nothing touched, and I have J also installed so we can look at the stuff. So first thing, we're gonna get the selling bin over here. We're going to put it down, and yep, it works as expected. And if we look at the recipes over here, you can see that there are no selling bin items or currencies registered. If you press U on the selling bin with J, it will show you the uses, which has the two tabs here for the items and the currencies. So the first thing you can do if you want to use one of the built-in datapacks is that you can type in chat /datapack. You need to be an operator on the server, so you need to have cheats enabled basically. You type /datapack and you can then enable, and you have here a list of the selling bin datapacks. So you have the brewery compact, the currency of emeralds. So let's, for example, enable the currency of emeralds, and then let's do once again /datapack enable, and let's enable the sellable foods. So just click on that and it autofills for me, and then enter. Now you can see we have enabled these two datapacks. I recommend you rejoin the world, because if you don't rejoin the world, the currencies are not going to be updated. /reload doesn't work too well for the currencies specifically. But either way, you can see now if I look for the uses, you can see we have all the foods. Every item that is registered under food, the food tags I mean, is now sellable, and for the currencies you have the emerald and the block of emerald at 100 and 900 value. All right, so that's how you use a built-in Datapack. Now, if that's all you want, there you go. If you're using Starcatcher comes with its own built-in Datapack. So if you want to enable or to disable the built-in Starcatcher one, you would have to do a disable, and then you would do Starcatcher, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't have installed, so it's not going to show up. Anyways, let's disable the two Datapacks here, because we are going to make our own. Now, to make our own, we're going to open the world folder. To do that, you can, for example, go here to Options, Resource Packs, and Open Pack folder. This will just open basically your instance folder that you can then go back. So this opens the Resource Packs. You can just click here to go back once, and here you're going to have your saves. If you're doing this on a dedicated server, you're not going to have the saves. You're just going to have the world directly in the files. But regardless, you go to the world folder, and then you go to Datapacks. When inside of Datapacks, now we're going to start making our Datapack to add and change the items. Now, if we go here to the selling bin CurseForge page, if you scroll down a bit, you're gonna see the wiki and the source. If we click on the wiki, it's gonna take us to the wiki page over here, where we can go then to customizing and creating a Datapack. If you're watching this in the future, this video will probably be somewhere here. Regardless, you can see here the built-in Datapacks can be found here along a zip for easy of use. So we're going to click on this link, which will take us to the built-in Datapacks. Now, for example, let's imagine we want to use the selling bin foods as a base. So we're going to click here, we're going to go here, and we're going to, actually, I don't really know how to download this specific thing as a zip, but that's also why I included the zip, so we can just download this one directly. So here we have the datapacks.zip, which has all of the datapacks over here. So we're going to take the selling bin foods, and we're going to put it in the datapacks of the folder. So this is the new world we just made, the datapacks, and we're going to just move this across. Very good, and we can close this. And now if we go to the world and we rejoin, you're going to see we once again have the foods datapack enabled, but we don't have a currency because we only moved the foods. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to just change this to example Datapack or something. Just change the name. You don't need to do this, of course, but it's better just so it's a bit more obvious which one is your custom Datapack. Anyways, once we go inside, here you have stuff like the image, which you can change, you cannot change, it doesn't really matter. You have the meta, which has the description. So if you open this in a text editor, you're going to see it just has the description and whatnot. Doesn't really matter. But if we go to the data, selling bin, data maps, item, here we have the selling bin value. This is the JSON that holds all the items that can be sold. And you can see here we use a tag, so you can use tags for the selling bin items. Here we use the comment tag for foods, which includes every food, even ones added by mods. Mods, you know, if they are well done, they will add their foods to the mods. And it has a processor. Now, a processor, if you've read the wiki, is basically a way to process different items to increase or decrease their value. So the food processor, what it does is that it takes the base value and then it adds to that base value or decreases depending on the saturation and the nutrition value of the food. So that way a potato is only worth 12, but a cooked rabbit is worth 27 because it gives more hunger bars. So that's how the food processor works. There's a lot of different processors. You can find them on the wiki. If you go here back to the wiki, you will see a list of processors over here. This list is not extensively updated. I tried my best to update it, but if you want instead, you can just click here and this will take you to the actual code of the processor so you can see what it does if you understand a bit of code or just a bit of logic really. So for example, if we go here to the food processor, you will see the add value, which is the method you care about. It gets the food properties. And then it does the nutrition of the food properties plus the saturation times 2, or I guess it would be the saturation times 2 plus the nutrition. So it just adds that to the base value. So that's what the food processor does. You can go and explore the other processors. For example, the enchantment processor here, which takes in from a map and then it does some other stuff. There's a lot of different things. You can also make your own processor. If you make an add-on, if you know Java code, you can make your own processor to process foods in different ways. For example, we have some compatibility as well here with quality foods. So for quality foods, you can see it gets the quality from the quality foods mod, and then it changes based on the quality which is passed in through the JSON over here. All right, regardless, the way this works is that if you have something on the top, so for example, here we have the comment tags for foods. However, can I zoom in? There you go. We have the comment tags for foods. Let me zoom in even more. And then we have the Minecraft cake. The Minecraft cake is part of the foods. However, I don't want to use this generic entry for the cake. I want the cake to be specifically outside. So that's why I put it after. So whatever comes after takes priority of whatever comes before, and whatever data packs come after takes priorities of whatever data packs came before. So to make the cake here be worth 200, which is 2 emeralds instead of just the normal processor value, which wouldn't work because the cake itself doesn't have a nutrition or a saturation value because it's a block that you place down, right? So because of that, we make the cake be a separate entry from the common food tags. And there you go. Now, if you just want to add your item to this, it's very simple. You just copy one of this and just, do as it is exactly above. And this will be for a Minecraft bone, for example. Let's make a Minecraft bone that has a selling value of 4 emeralds. There you go. And then let's remove all of these entries because we don't care about them, for example. I go pop, and we just remove all of those. And we save it. And then we can just re-enter the world. Here you could also do /reload, but I recommend just leaving and entering the world. If you're on a dedicated server, you would have to restart the server, so reload might be good, but just know if something seems to not be working, just restart the server, usually only related to currencies. For selling items, it works fine, but currencies doesn't auto-reload. You would have to break the bin and place it again, and then it would reload because it keeps the cached currencies for some performance and stuff. Regardless. Now that we've added the bone, you can see here the only trade available is the bone for 4 emeralds. Super simple. And then yeah, you just add as many entries here as you want just by copy and pasting. Make sure you add the commas and make sure that everything is formatted properly. Let's make a stick. Let's make a stick be 1.5 emeralds, which is 150 value. Well, it's not, obviously it doesn't correspond to emeralds because we don't have emeralds registered on the currencies. But, just as a baseline for what I'm thinking. And let's add rotten flesh. This will be a very deadly resource pack, and it's going to sell for so much. Wow, incredibly valuable rotten flesh. All right, there you go. So let's do the slash reload here so you guys can see. You can just do slash reloading, and then there you go. Yeah, be careful when you're copy pasting stuff, because sometimes it will you'll copy paste the wrong entries, and then the brackets are wrong. You want to only use this entry and copy paste this entry. All right, regardless, here you go. We save it, we slash reload, and now we'll see the entries are over here. The rotten flesh, the bone, and the stick. All right, so that is for the items that you can sell. Now for the currencies, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the wiki, and we're going to go to the, oh, I already have the Datapacks here, so I can just open this. Yeah, we're just going to go to the Datapack zip, and we're going to get the currency emeralds. Now, you can just drop the currency emeralds in the Datapacks folder just like before. However, you can also just manually put the JSON in. So what happens here is that the currency for emeralds, if you go look, it looks like exactly like this Datapack here. It looks exactly the same. However, the difference is that in the item folder over here, you will see this one is the selling pin value and this one is the selling pin currency. So you can also just move this file across, so you have the selling pin currency, or you can make a new data pack and put it in a different, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have the file in the data pack somewhere, it works. We're going to open the selling bin currencies over here, and we're going to make it so you can sell, or you can, I guess, buy, I suppose, a diamond for 10,000 value, and you can buy, I don't know, you can buy a bone for 20 value. So you can make an infinite loop of money, which is something you don't usually want. So for the values here, you can see you just add an entry like this. You put a comma, you put a space, and then you put your item like a dirt. You can buy dirt for 200 value. There you go. And then you can close this. Now, this is what I was saying. If you do slash reload over here, the J is going to update, as you can see. However, the selling bin is not going to update. So this is when you need to either restart the server, reload the world by leaving or entering, or placing the selling bin again. Either of those work. Slash reload does not affect the currencies. And there you go. Now we have the selling bin currencies over here. So let's take some, what was it, rotten flesh and some bones. And we're just going to sell them. And you can see here, we can trade them for the different items, because the selling, the rotten flesh is really valuable, as you can see. So we're maybe going to sell something a bit cheaper so we can actually see what's going on. There you go. And you can see 1 bone is equal to 20 bone or 2 dirt. So we can make a very easy infinite loop if you really want to do that. But yeah, that's basically the entire Datapack tutorial. If you get into the processors, it's a bit more complicated. Check the wiki here on the processors for how to use them. It has examples. So for example, if you want to use the durability processor over here, not the durability, but the some of the other ones like this one here. So the enchantments processors, sometimes they have extra fields that you need to put into the thing to give it the extra stuff. So for the enchantment processor, you need to put a list of enchantments with the value that it adds to the enchantment. So in this case, if the enchanted book has a base value of 50, then if it has aqua affinity, then it gets 40 added to the 50. So that's how it works. Once again, this gets a bit more complex, so it's good if you know a bit of Java code and you can just directly look into the into here, into the direct Java code that handles the processing. So if you look here, you can see stored enchantments, applied enchantments. This is because the enchanted books and the actual enchanted items have a bit of a different data storage, but then it just does add and get the enchantment level times the value you put over here. So if you put aqua affinity, or I guess bane of attributes, if you put bane of attributes 20 This is 20 per level. That's how the code is done. So if it's Bane of Attributes 5, it would be 20 times 5, which is 100. So the book would sell for 150 total, which is the 50 base plus the 20 times 5 from the enchantment. And that's how the selling bin data pack system works. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, just make a data pack for you, really, if you're nice enough. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see ya around.